Well, as it turns out, my vape fell, so I wasn't able to look at the camera right as it was turning on. We keep things casual around here. This is my wife-to-be's foundation. We're actually using this, were we not?
Yeah.
To logistical reasons. Not for our faces, but like to prop something. Long story. Anyway, we are currently in my hometown of L-Town, also known as Lenore, North Carolina, where all my videos are made. I'm repping again since my first video, the House of Crazies, because House of Crazies is the shit. This, you know me, I'm CDC. This is BC. We can just call him Brandon. Brandon, does that work?
That works, yeah.
Do you have like a moniker you'd like to go by?
Yeah, Brandon works.
Just Brandon?
Yeah.
No fresh ass moniker like CDC or?
Nah.
Okay, cool. It's fine with me. Honestly, having a moniker's fucking annoying. It does help though. It does help because when I'm in public, and especially if I'm at like a show, if somebody calls me CDC, then I know they don't actually know me.
Right.
If somebody calls me Josh, then they know me. Except for the occasional time when somebody says, "Hey, Josh," and they don't know me, when they try to make me think they know me, and I clock them real fast. I'm like, CDC. It's CDC if you don't actually know me.
Sneaky motherfuckers.
That hasn't happened in a long time. Not since I was like opening up for, ABK and shit way back in the day. Boondocks. It's my claim to fame. My claim to fame is opening for Boondocks, ABK, MC Chris, Afro Man, a few others. If that's my claim to fame, that tells you how not famous I am. We are sitting directly in front of the Center Theater. If you look to my left, and I guess I'm not real good with directional. But over this shoulder, you'll see a sign that says Center. That is the Center Theater. It is a place of local legend, is it not?
It is, and now it's sadly defunct.
It's dilapidated now. It is absolutely. In fact, when we at the end of this video, I'll give you a closer look at how absolutely sad it is. It used to be a wonderful venue. ICP has played there. Limp Bizkit has played there. Steely Dan played there a few times. Back when he was still alive, fucking what's his name at Soledad Prison? John Lee Hooker played there, and of course they played movies there.
I saw The Rocketeer there.
I saw Terminator 2: Judgment Day there. I saw 101 Dalmatians there, and they shut it down back in somewhere around '99. I want to say The Matrix is one of the last movies they played there.
I could remember, and it's been so long ago. It seems like.
Right. Yeah. It's what's fun was it's coming up on 30 years. We're well over 25 now. Still just sitting there, just an empty, fucked up, dilapidated theater, and they haven't done shit with it. They could turn it into something really cool if they wanted, but City of Lenore could suck our cocks. And suck mine. How about yours?
Oh, absolutely. It'd be great if they do something with this.
So we promised a review of the Naught. I promised a review of the Naught. So I always try to make things like, I don't want this to just be like the standard Juggalo channel, because that's boring and dull, and like, that would be just, what's the word? When you're just feeding the hungry, the fan service. That's the word I'm looking for. Fan service. When you're just feeding the people hungry for what you've got. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to do fan service. So I wanted to get a non-Juggalo's perspective on it. And Brandon is not a Juggalo. Ever seen ICP live?
Nope.
Ever seen Twisted?
Nope.
Blaze?
Nope.
ABK?
Nope.
Isham?
Nope. But I know him.
Right, yeah, because of me.
Yeah.
I play him ad nauseum for him. I make sure he gets in on the... And his answers always like, I'll tell you what. Yeah, sure, cool. I'm going to go listen to something else now. And that's all good. We like having... I have plenty of Juggalo friends, and I've brought some of them on this show, but like, let's try to keep it real too. So I gave him the history of ICP. I explained the first deck, the first 6 Joker's cards, Mikey Clark, The Departure, second deck. This is the 6th card of the second deck. There's going to be a third deck. I haven't really explained the third deck to him, but he doesn't really need to know that because it's, I'll be surprised if all the cards of the third deck even happen. I mean, Knowledge Ace 50 something. Maybe, I hope so, but anyways. So I wanted him to review the Naught with me and, just kind of, I'll give my perspective, he gives his perspective, and you get the Juggalo perspective, you get the non-Juggalo perspective, and you get vapes from me. So we turned it on, and my car has got a pretty killer system. Would you agree?
Yep. Absolutely.
Got a nice little JBL, fucking full surround, fucking you can hear everything. And boy, my rear view mirror, this thing right here, was useless the whole time we were listening. That bass on the Naught is serious.
Absolutely.
It's not quite Death Grips level, but it ain't far off. You know what I mean? Like Death Grips. If you don't know Death Grips, check out the song "System Blower." I mean, the title says it all. You know what I mean? Or the song "The Powers That Be," B being spelled just the letter B, no B-E. That'll show you some serious bass. But this album is very bass heavy, the Naught. And I'll give you the first word. What were your don't worry, we'll edit. What was your first impression?
Overall, like, good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, not being like an ICP fan, like, it's something that.
Well, there are no such things as ICP fans.
Fair. It was. I mean, yeah, like layered, like the production quality was phenomenal. I mean,
It was mixed very well.
Yeah.
Mixed and mastered, produced.
And like the genres that they were pulling out, like in the shifts, like, I mean, again, standout track on that was definitely Everybody Dies.
Everybody Dies was the standout track for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just going back to the beginning, I really dug the intro, the tick, 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 and the little samples, different ICP verses. Lean over just a teensy, or maybe I'll scooch in a little. Let's not fuck it up though. Okay. Put our heads together like we're gay. No, nothing wrong with being gay. We're just playing around. I like the intro, the little tick, 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 tick. The first song on it, the Naught. What did I look over you would say about halfway through? Remember? This is depressing as fuck.
Yeah. I said this is so depressed. Or depressing as fuck. Yeah, I believe that was verbatim.
The first song on there, the Naught, the first real song. After the intro, pardon me, I'm just getting over the flu, so like I'm fine now, but like that cough is still lingering a little. Fucking that song, the Naught, is depressing as shit. It's good. Like, for what it is, it's not like the best ICP song ever, but it's pretty good. It's, 6.5 out of 10. You know what I mean, as far as the song goes. But subject matter wise, I don't think I'll listen to that one very much.
Yeah, no, it definitely set the tone for what I think they were, wanting to express with the Naught for sure.
It's a bit like somebody who first discovered Nietzsche. If you're a reader, which I know most juggalos are big literary buffs, and philosophically inclined, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you juggalos? You read.
Everybody
Don't
reads.
Disappoint me. Don't disappoint me. You're literate. You can read. It was a bit like somebody who first discovered Nietzsche and like nihilism, but didn't understand that Nietzsche actually didn't like nihilism and the nothingness of being. You know what I mean? By the way, if you're noticing a wedding band on here, prior to me not having a wedding band on previous videos, because I just recently got engaged. Me and the lady are tying the knot on Devil's Night, October 30th. This man and I are both divorced and he's on his second marriage. I'm about to be on my second marriage. And let me tell you guys something. Second marriage, way better than the first.
Yes.
Even if this one doesn't work out for me, which I'm positive it will, but even if it doesn't, there's no way it'll be as bad as that first one. Good God. Good God. It makes the Naught feel like the Wraith Shangri-La. That last marriage. That was the most hopeless, insidious, vile thing I've ever dealt with for 11 years. Anyway, y'all don't want to hear about my marital troubles. Or do you?
Leave comments below.
Leave comments below. Then we go into what was after the Naught. Then was we something. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let us all burn alive. That brought me back to like Malenko, Jekyll Brothers maybe. It was very, very old school ICP to me. I could definitely hear Mike Clark's influence on that a lot. And it just, Violent J just singing kind of gibberish. Like, I can't even remember exactly what he was saying, but like, binka, binka, woo, da, dika, la, ga, la, or whatever the fuck he's saying. You have anything to add on that one?
No, I mean, it was a fun song. Like, it definitely was, like coming out of the Naught into that was just like, all right, head spin, like 180. You're bringing it out, and then like you said, having that Mike Clark influence from what you've played, like it's
jarring.
Definitely there. Yeah,
it's a bit jarring. It's a bit jarring coming out of that depressing ass song into that song. I forget the name of it now, but it's good. It's among the best on the album, I think. And something he because doesn't listen to much ICP. Something you noticed was the genre bending of ICP, which is a very common theme actually. ICP has done any genre you can think of. ICP's done it in some way, shape, or form. My bride-to-be once made a joke, because I said any genre you can think of, ICP's done it, and she goes, beach punk. Like, the Cramps or something like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I pulled out the song The Bone, started playing it for her, and she's like, oh my fucking God. They really have done every genre, because it's kind of got a beach punk vibe to it. After that was, you got a phone. What track's on the Naught after track 3? What's on track 4? Was it Happy Fun Day?
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Your memory is amazing.
I think it was Happy Fun Day, and that was fucking great. That song fit. That was classic ICP. It was kind of half fuck song, half violent song. It was, I'm a big fan of, your head's mad cut off.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I'm a big fan of ICP when they do fuck songs right. Like he's looking up the track list so we can make sure we got it right here. So the Naught, and then what was that song that I loved so much? So just hit next. Oh.
Mudvayne.
We're listening to Mudvayne.
Now we're on Deftones. Like, we're going everywhere.
Deftones, Mudvayne. See, he likes Mudvayne and Deftones. I like Deftones. I think Mudvayne had like 4 good songs.
Yeah, probably.
There's no. Okay. So
Watch Me.
Watch Me. That's track 3, and that song is the jam. Yeah. After that, it was Everybody Dies, which is maybe our collective favorite.
Yeah, that was
that
fun.
Song ruled.
It was dark. It was fun dark.
It was fun dark, yeah. Violent J's imagery is on fire in that song, which Brandon doesn't really know this, but if you're a longtime fan, that level of imagery from Violent J is something we've been missing for a while. Not that he hasn't done it at all, but to that degree, his storytelling. And basically in this song, it seems to me like he's playing the apex mass shooter. Like the mass shooter who doesn't fuck it up. The guy who gets it right and does what he sets out to do. Because he even says in the 3rd verse that he wants to commit suicide, but first, he's got a lot to do. He doesn't want to fill his own hearse or something to that effect. And it's just a song about mass shooting, which... Okay, so you go back to This Is America by Childish Gambino. That song really was about... The video in particular... was about like mass shootings, mass killings, violence in America and stuff. And it's a great song. And it was very of the zeitgeist at the time. You know what I mean? It was very, very, very prominent everywhere. Trent Reznor giving it like accolades and shit. Like everybody loved it. I think this song, Everybody Dies, is a much better encapsulation of like the mental fucking headspace a mass shooter might actually be in. You know what I mean? And this is, if they tour for the Naught, presumably, this is going to be a mosh pit song and a half. It goes from what, like just straight rap to punk to thrash. You know what I mean? You were talking about that.
Yeah. I think it like had like a nice little like rockabilly vibe going,
Uh-huh.
and then like it turned into like a heavy riff on the chorus, and then out of nowhere you had like a punk chorus.
Yeah,
Left
like,
field. It was
everybody died. Yeah. That one is. I think that's our collective favorite. It's not my personal favorite. Next is Happy Fun Day, which I've kind of already said. It's kind of a fuck song. It's fun. It's bouncy. It's good. By the way, some ratings real quick. Watch Me, 8.5 out of 10, maybe a 9. Everybody Dies, fucking 9.5 out of 10. Happy Fun Day, like a 7 out of 10. Oh, and the Naught.
I think you gave that one. I think you said.
You know what? I'll give it like a 9 out of 10 for being exactly what it's supposed to be. As far as re-listenability goes, like a 2 out of 10. You know what I mean? Happy Fun Day, great song. We both I don't know about great, but fun song. We enjoyed it. Only Wicked Shit. That one's my personal favorite.
That's a good one.
That one gets at least a 9.5 out of 10. I could see that after some more listens, some successive listens, some listens in succession. I could see me maybe giving that a 10 for an ICP song. That's up there with like, for me, like Southwest Song, Halls of Illusions. What are some more of my favorite ICP songs? Fucking big fan of House of Horrors. Big fan of Everybody Rise, which Everybody Dies uses Everybody Rise. The chorus anyway. Up there with even, shit like Toy Box. You know what I mean? Loved Only Wicked Shit. And I don't know if Violent J... I heard Violent J say something, I haven't got the lyrics memorized, but he says something like, I wasn't in the Navy or I wasn't a sailor, but I've sailed the 7 seas on that purple gravy. Knowing Violent J's history with opioid abuse, when he says purple gravy, I gotta wonder if he's talking about lean. You sail the 7 seas when you're on that fucking lean. You get good and fucked up. I don't know if you've ever done lean, but
I haven't.
I've partaken. It's been since I was in college, which is 20 years ago, 25 years ago. But
Not to age ourselves, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm 40 exactly.
Same.
Yeah, we're 40. But yeah, I don't know if that was a reference to that or not. I'm not saying it was. It's bringing up a possibility. So Flashback, I kind of skipped over those because they're just mixes of old ICP shit. Dead Kelly was the first track I didn't care for. It wasn't bad. It was macabre, The beat was cool. Loved the scratching, the old school fucking scratching on it.
Yeah, good production.
Good production. Your thoughts on it, if any?
Definitely not one of my faves from this. It was, like I said, I mean, instrumental wise, fantastic. Loved it. It just seemed like it was missing something.
Yeah,
it was lacking.
It felt half baked. Just didn't get me. Here We Go. I'm forgetting which one now. Oh, that's the Shaggy solo song. I liked that one a lot. About Dead Kelly gets like a 4 out of 10. Here We Go, the Shaggy solo song. That's just Shaggy going hard. That's just no different than like Stomp, Get Off Me Dog, Fuck Off. It's just Shaggy going hard, being Shaggy. I give that one like a good 7 of 10. Strong track. Do you have anything to say about it?
No, it was. Like you said, Shaggy's going hard. Like it was in there. It was definitely production-wise phenomenal.
I'll let you start off Cinnamon Pigtails because we didn't know. We saw the title track and we were just like, what the fuck could this be about?
And that's basically what I'm gonna start with. What the fuck? Like it was definitely interesting.
It was interesting.
It's definitely like a very
It's about like fucking ugly chicks, basically.
Yeah.
Which is not an uncommon theme in ICP songs. But it's a little more. It's a little more.
poppy.
Well, no. What I was gonna say is it's a little more modern.
Yeah.
You know, because they're talking about getting catfished by a catfish.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest I laughed on the whole record. I think was him saying he got catfished by a catfish. Which is funny because we used to have this substitute teacher. You may remember her. He went to middle school with me. Forget her name, but I used to call her the catfish because she looked like a fucking catfish. She's an older lady, and she wore her pants up to her nipples, and she had glasses about the size of fucking, 2-liter Coke bottles, and she looked like a goddamn catfish. You remember that bitch?
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
I remember Seth went up one time and asked her to borrow a pen. And she gave him a pen, and he turned around and like ass farted as hard as he could right in her fucking mouth, basically. We were in 6th grade, like we weren't, our frontal lobes hadn't fully developed into, empathetic people that we are now. But yeah, Seth's a guy you'll see on here sometime, I'm sure. Cinnamon Pigtails was fun. Solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. Pop Out was good. Oh, I'm Still Breathing. Worst song on the album.
Yeah.
Worst song. What did we both say?
Oh, they didn't really know where they were going. It was just missing so much. Didn't know how to really tie it all together or get it to the end.
It felt half done or something. Like Shaggy's verses in it are fine, and it sticks with the theme. He's basically just, I'm still breathing. All this terrible shit's happening, but I'm still breathing. But then that rockish part comes in, and like, I'm not against rockish stuff being an ICP shit, but it just didn't mesh. It felt off to me.
Definitely felt like filler. Like they had to get another song on there.
They could have left that track off, I think. Pop Out. I remember we both enjoyed that song.
That was fun.
That was a fun song. I'm Still Breathing gets a 2 out of 10. Pop Out gets a solid 7 out of 10. Flashback we skipped again. Maybe if we shouldn't have skipped the flashbacks, tell me, but I just didn't need to listen to a subpar mix of ICP. I've heard a million mixes of ICP shit before. It's, Throw 'Em Up. That was good.
Yeah.
Was that the one about the titties? Yeah.
No, Pop Out was titties.
Pop Out? Yeah, okay, yeah. Pop Out was the titties one. I loved that one. Throw 'Em Up was also good. Throw 'Em Up was the one that was kind of gangsterish sound.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, God, that bass.
Yeah, that bass on it. Softy, Throw 'Em Up gets a 7. Softy Pillow Man gets an 8 because, god damn if it don't remind me of some bitch-made motherfuckers that I know. And he and I had a little discussion about that. We had to pause the song and talk about bitch-made motherfuckers for a minute, just because it's so prevalent. Violent J definitely had someone in mind when he wrote that. I don't know who, but I could tell that was like a personal.
Yeah, it was definitely a dig at somebody.
There was somebody in his head.
Yeah.
The Salty Pillow Man gets like an 8. I'm Fallen, another track I didn't care for much. Just kind of felt like it was there. And moreover, we've done this before. I can't remember specifically which, but I know Violent J has done a song about falling forever. And I remember specifically done way better in Jump Off by Dark Lotus, where Jay Madrox is talking about falling, and he's like, hands reaching at me, but I'm dodging them all, and that whole idea has been done better. That song didn't need it. While It Lasts, the closing track, where it's a sort of a cover of Africa by Toto. I'm gonna give that a big question mark out of 10.
Yeah.
That was a choice. I'll have to listen to that one a few times before I really decide that. But I will say is, if you're not a Weezer fan, and I am, there was a huge call for a long time for Weezer to cover Africa by Toto. You a Weezer fan?
Yeah.
First 2 albums, right?
Yeah.
Blue and Pinkerton. Everything after that is like,
Yeah, falling in the end.
Pinkerton is the shit. God, I love Pinkerton. But Blue is just as good almost. But there was a big outcry from fans for Weezer to cover Africa. We now have a reason for ICP and Weezer to collab, and I want this to happen, and I want it to happen now.
Call to arms, guys.
What are your thoughts on While It Lasts?
it's like you said, it's one I'm gonna have to listen to again, and I'm planning on it because
It was interesting. It wasn't
yeah.
terrible.
No, it's there. I think there's something there that I wasn't quite in tune with, and I think after listening to it a couple times, it's gonna be like.
Well, something you don't know really is that ICP's albums always end a bit on a sentimental note, with the exception of like Hell's Pit. They always end on some kind of more like, let's bring it home and be a little wholesome type of note. You know what I mean? They want to make sure there's a little, in all that darkness, there's a little crack of light. You know what I mean? So that's a pretty common theme. You got like Pass Me By, I'm Coming Home as some of the most prominent ones. My personal favorite ending ICP song of all time is Nothing's Left on the Jekyll Brothers. Just the absolute closest ICP has ever come to pure fucking musical genius. Love that song. But you know, we can talk about that another time. Overall, my grade for the Naught, I'm going with a 7.5 out of 10. It's the best ICP album in a long, long, long time. If you don't like it, then we disagree. You have the floor.
Yeah.
Give it a rating if you like.
Yeah, well, being the first, ICP album that I rate, I'd definitely go with a good solid 7.
Think a 7?
Yeah, I'm
like a 7 for ICP or like a 7 for generally listening to music?
A 7 generally listen to music. There's
Okay.
tracks I'm wanting to go back and re-experience. And
See, for an ICP album, I almost want to give it an 8. But as an overall musical experience, I'll go with a 7. You know what I mean? Not since Bang Pow Boom or the Mighty Death Pop have they been this potent. And this is definitely the most angry and nihilistic and hedonistic I've really heard ICP be since Hell's Pit. And I would say, in terms of tone, it's tonally more consistent than Hell's Pit. Now, Hell's Pit is more effective, I think, at driving home that negative energy, because Hell's Pit is just so fucking, oh God, it just hits you over the head with the fucking awful thoughts. But it's also a little disjointed to me at times, because you got shit like, and I love the songs, but I love like Night of the 44, but it doesn't really fit that well for me in the theme of Hell's Pit. You've got songs like Basshead Attack, which again, don't really fit in the theme. The Naught, even the songs I don't like, feel like they're tonally consistent with the record. This record, with the exception of I'm Still Breathing, feels like a very cohesive piece, which I'm surprised considering how quickly they turned the album around. And one last thing I wanted to say, I'm trying to remember what it was now. They're ending the ending of the album with the Hearst song. If you're not familiar, they eat your eyes, they eat your nose, they'll eat the jelly between your toes. I don't really know where that originated exactly, but I know the first time I heard it was in a book. Well, I guess I didn't hear it, I saw it. Was in a book called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's called the Hearst song.
That's where I got it first time too.
Yeah, and if you look online, there's a documentary about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Not the movie. There's a movie called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark based on the books. I didn't care for it. I love the books, did not care for the movie. I know I'm in the minority for that, but that's just how I feel. But you can look up this documentary about Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it begins with a guy playing an acoustic version of that very same song, and it's fucking dope. It's really good. I'd urge you to check it out. But yeah, overall, I was surprised. I didn't think it was possible for me to enjoy an ICP song. I didn't think I was capable of enjoying an ICP album so front to back like this, with just a couple of tracks I didn't care for, but mostly digging it. Didn't think it was still possible after the awful mess that was The Missing Link Lost, The Missing Link Found, the 2 or 3 tracks I dug on Fearless Fred Fury, and I Like It Rough, making me almost want to never put an ICP song again on. What was the next one? Yum Yum Bedlam. 2 or 3 good tracks, I thought. Didn't like them. Didn't like the album. All the little EPs in between, not for me. It's been like a decade, you know. But finally, the Naught. I hope they tour for this album because I really want to fuck some of those TikTok juggalos up in the pit for Everybody Dies. Once Everybody Dies comes on, I am gunning for TikTok juggalos. I know we're supposed to like welcome everybody with open arms, and that's how you get welcome. How did I get welcome to the juggalo community? I got the shit kicked out of me in the pit. Okay, if you can't hang, get the fuck out. Okay, Violent J has blasted me in the face with full 2 liters at least 10 times in my life. I've seen ICP 27 times. Of those 27 times, at least 10 times, I have gotten knocked half unconscious. So believe me when I say TikTok juggalos, if I'm gunning for you, it's for a reason. It's because you need to know if this is your place or not. We can't let this fucking scene get soft. I don't want to see juggalos get soft. I want ICP shows to remain dangerous. What?
Well said.
What would you, I mean, you've not even seen him, but like, could you imagine going to see an ICP show and everybody's just standing and it's like fucking just like you're seeing Rod Stewart or something? I mean, come on.
No, that'd be terrible.
I promised I would give some Halloween recommendations. ICP's Forgotten Freshness, as you know, Dead Pumpkins, Mr. Rotten Treats, Halloween on Military Street. Later on, I think on Psychopathics from Outer Space, you can check out Sleepwalker, another Halloween song. Pumpkin Carvers, ICP featuring Cottonmouth Kings, and Twisted, best Halloween song ever made by ICP, in my opinion. Twisted's Nosferatu, Twisted's, how does it, the best time of the year? Oh, it's like the best time of the year, Halloween, whatever that song is. Also, this album right here, Wicked by Twisted. Whole album just works for Halloween season. This one right here, this is a little harder to get a hold of, but House of Crazy's Shit to Make Your Ears Bleed. That'll do it. And anything in House of Crazy's older catalog. You know, Head Trauma, Season of the Pumpkin, of course. Night They Came Home, even. And the newest House of Crazy's, Rock It Till Your Fucking Speakers Pop, y'all. We'll do a little more Halloween-y shit as we get closer to the Season of the Pumpkin. I told y'all I'll give you a better look at the center. That is it right there. What a waste of space. All right, Brandon, thanks for playing along with me.
No, it was a great time.
Had fun? All right, cool.
Hope to be back.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.